Hey everybody, welcome back. I want to first say thanks now to the new 6 subscribers since I last talked to you at 306. Um, Flabbergasted. I didn't think I'd make it past you know 100, let alone 200 to get 300. So thanks again for that. Just a quick update. Obviously, as you can see, the Spider-Man collection is dwindling a little bit. I've been selling it off here and there. I'm not selling everything off, but I am selling a lot of stuff off because I'm 3 points away from being able to purchase a house. So I'm really just kind of gearing up and paying all my credit cards off and all my debt off. And the smaller debt I have, the easier it is to get a house. Um, so custom's still going to be coming. You're still going to see one every day, no matter what. Because like I said, I've still got hundreds lined up. As far as like any new stuff happening, I am going to cut back on making people for a little bit. I do plan to convert Tama Tonga and Tongaloa and Jacob Fatu into Ultimates, of course, and I'm still looking for the parts necessary to build them and make them proper. I found the parts. It takes money, and I'm not wanting to spend that money right now. Plus, they're not even out for pre-order yet. Um, Obviously, Lexus King is on its way. My new Ultimate 25 set's coming up pretty soon, so those will be arriving. If you are following the Fig Fed news thing, then there'll be a huge change. You're going to notice something different in that. It's still going to happen, but you're going to see people on more than one show because I'll explain that in another video strictly for the Fig Fed news. So I did talk to Tom. Jackson Rikerhead is now postponed. It's still going to happen, but it's being pushed back because he's been sick. A lot of people have been sick, and that's understandable. I work with a whole house of people who all got sick, but me. And when they ask me why, it's like, well, because I work out 7 days a week, and I watch what I eat and take care of myself. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. The last 5 months, I just celebrated going to the gym 4 days a week in a row, every single week. I've decided to cut out bread for 2 to 3 weeks, see if that helps with a little bit of gut irritation as far as trying to get that six-pack. And just trying to get back into acting shape and whatnot. And henchman, big man, 6'10". I need to look the part if I'm gonna get those big kind of bulky henchman type roles in the future. So fingers crossed on that. But this is strictly about wrestling. So again, people are still being made. I just sent off a box of Cujo with about another 25 people in it from Black Bart, Jerry Blackwell. I am looking at adding some more AAA legends. I think Dos Caras, I think is how you pronounce his name. And then, of course, looking at the Mulkey brothers, if you know who they are. They're not AAA, but they're just definitely a niche thing. Hector Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero Sr. from back in their days when they wore like red tights with just regular boots. So it won't be the most intricate decaled tires because if I'm going with old school guys, you really don't need much but black trunks or blue trunks or red trunks and boots and knee pads, maybe knee pads not. As you've seen, if you watch my channel, my Instagram, I just posted a picture of 5 people from the old days. None of them had knee pads. Johnny Valentine, no knee pads. Eddie Graham, no knee pads. So I'm going to send a bunch to Cujo and whatnot, knee pads, just because he's been asking me to send him some fodder. Just in case we have to switch something out, in case he thinks something could be tweaked and worked better. But yeah, so a bunch of stuff just came in. Also a box of, again, 25 plus people, Samoa Joe, Crowbar, that kind of stuff. So once we get to like mid-March, you're going to see the alphabet kind of reset. I know we're like in the D wrestling category. We're going to go back up to A little bit because I have some people with A names showing up. And then a few from B and C category. And then once those are caught back up again, we'll start moving right back down the list alphabetically in the order. But of course, it just depends who arrives, who's being built. I do know that he finished up Kamala, but it's not here yet. It won't be here until the next package, and we're going to kind of hold it off until he gets. He's right now really grinding out as many as he can to try to get this batch done, because I sent him 3 boxes worth of people, and only 1 box come back so far. And so I told him, man, don't rush it, whatnot. Don't feel stressed out. They'll get here when they get here. I'm still going to be sending you people and whatnot. I'm still waiting on Amazing Red and Yuji Nagata's heads to show up. I just sent the bodies off. Or I sent the body off for Yuji Nagata to start the painting process. But the head hasn't arrived yet. Amazing red. You can get that at Headeration if you want. I think I saw one on eBay for $30 here and there. One thing I am looking for is because Mattel's released people and I have customs of some people. If I find somebody from a certain time frame, I actually am snagging them. So like I'm looking for Ricky Steamboat. Of course, he comes with that Ted DiBiase 2-pack for like $80 or something like that. Which yeah, I could go get that right now if I wanted to. But again, I'm trying to keep my spending down. If I make some sales on the Macari page, I might snag those up and do the pay in 4 kind of thing. Because I can always use the Ted DiBiase to make somebody else from that era easily with a little bit of chest hair, black trunks, super easy fix up for multiple people in the past. The one that really surprised me was Scott Steiner from the exclusive 2-pack. I bought 2 of those. I bought solely for customizing. And one I turned into Julius Creed, and the other one I turned into Josh Alexander. If I had known he was going to become so pricey and so hard to find, I would have bought one more because now I want to put him in my new gen WWF era, which is like early 90s, from like 91, from 90 to like 95, 96 era, and then Attitude Era from like 97, late 96 to like 2001 era. So I am looking for that one, but of course I'm not going to pay $130 for a figure that's 40. Some things I have to draw a line at. Speaking of which, so I did buy both Great Mutas. I ordered I did the first set, and then when I decided to do the whole multi-deal Fig Fed thing, I found the in black Muta on Macari. Little pricier, but I was able to do pay in 4, so it doesn't really hurt anything. It doesn't hurt my wallet or anything like that. So he'll be in the IWGP brand, and then Great Muta, the red, will be in the WCW brand. So, but again, I'll talk about that in the future. Just want to give out another shout out. I do appreciate some comments have come in, and of course, as you know, when you comment and you ask a question, I'm usually quick to respond to it. I don't just hang around my computer all the time, but I do have access to it a lot of times. And when I'm not working out or I'm not occupied at my jobs, I will gladly respond to those. But to answer some of the questions, yes. It's not just WWE, guys. I am dabbling into AAA. I'm dabbling into IWGP, GHC, TNA, NWA, Impact from back in the day as well, AWA, UWF, pretty much everything and anything. The only thing I haven't really focused my energy onto too much is AEW and Ring of Honor, just because they're got figures right now. They're still being produced. I did take a few people from AEW, like Samoa Joe, because I found a great formula for him. Supreme Kenny Omega is basically a version of Ultimate, but I will eventually make an Ultimate of him when I decide to, focus on that. Right now, my focus is on finding people who've never had figures. So I did talk to Tom, to go back to him. Lash LaRue will obviously be probably more towards the summertime. Maestro will be more towards the summertime. He did notify me that somebody, though, decided to take a huge generosity and basically commissioned about 15 different people's heads. And I've talked to the guy and whatnot. We're working stuff out. I don't know what all he produced because we just made a huge list. And he's just, getting those things plugged out there. So if you're a customizer, if you're somebody who wants to build these, Tom Veg is going to be producing heads. Craniac still has some come here and there. They mostly focus on celebrities and other ones I noticed. Headeration gets people here and there. I did talk to 3XR, and he did send off those couple of heads to his scanner, resize, I guess, person. So eventually, Petey Williams, Elix Skipper, which also Elix Skipper is being currently produced with Tom Veg as well, so depending on how either one looks. Crimson. Who else? Chase Stevens, because Andy Douglas is done on Craniac. And I want to say Matt Taven, but I forget if I did that one or not. There's a few more. Hernandez, obviously, you can get him through, I think it was Craniac. I'm trying to think. I remember someone did Hernandez recently. It was like CMW did Hernandez, and I was able to snag that one. And so now I'm just waiting for the parts to show up to send him off to get. I already got the decals, already got all that stuff. He's going to be more in his LAX looking attire, but at least those. Chase Stevens, Elix Skipper, Petey Williams. Pretty much everybody that is still in that NWA Toy Biz kind of line, I still had. I ended up sending them off to be resized because they were too tiny. Elix was way too tiny. Works great on a Mr. T body or even a Muhammad Ali body, but way too tiny on the head. So once those arrive, once I get the confirmation, 3XR is also supposed to be sending me a Glacier figure, Bronson Reed one day, and I think Speedball Mike Bailey. Those are another three that we've negotiated. I'm also negotiating with him again because I have a ton of fodder elite bodies I don't use. So there's a few people I've been interested in that I just don't feel I have the skills necessary to create these people. But we'll see what happens. Again, I don't want to ramble on forever. If you're checking out my my Macari page, if you're picking up accessories, don't worry. I got still buckets of accessories to list. If you're noticing the high-priced belts on there, those are Forbidden Figurine belts. I bought them because they look cool in fig photography, but at the same time, I'm really driving hard to get to this house before an offer gets taken before I can get to it. It's a perfect house out in the country, great place to raise a family, so to speak. Which I don't have any right now, but I'll be tagging my little brother along with his family, and my mother will be moving out there with us because she's getting old and I got to take care of her. So anyway, feel free to check out the Macari page. Feel free to, buy the accessories, negotiate. That's fine. You can always offer. I can always negotiate with you. I'm not completely stubborn, but don't expect to take a really rare item and get it for $1. Come on now. I do have items on there for $1. If you want a Stone Cold Austin head, hey, I've got dozens upon dozens of Stone Cold heads. I think listed for $1 or $2. So feel free to check that out as well. I don't have a Patreon. Remember, if you're not subscribed, subscribe if you'd like, that kind of thing. I'm not going to sit there and give you bonus content or anything like that. I'm not, trying to gouge you for stuff. But check it back every day. We still got at least 400 more custom ultimates to show off. One a day, sometimes tag teams. But till next time.